This is Peppy, created by a lazer. And this is Lazer, created by Peppy. Lazer was updated today, so the two of us sat down to talk about everything new on the game's path to ranked play, starting with a problem that's been around since the very beginning. Double time isn't actually double time. Yeah, okay, no one cares about that, but Lazer's double time can be pretty much any speed you want, including actually double time, so it's important to make the speed clear at a glance. Kinda like this.
So currently it's just rate adjust mods, so DT, HT, Nightcore. I think it applies, yeah. And it also only shows the number if it's on non-default setting, because everyone knows that DT on its own is 1.5.
So will this impact other mods too?
Yes, there's currently an open discussion, something like we should be splitting up difficulty adjust into 4 mods, so then we could actually show the number there.
New players suck at spinning. As they improve though, their spins become more concise and the most dedicated players reach the iconic 477 RPM cap. In Lazer, however,
Spinners still behave in the same way, but, well, they don't. How does this work?
passing a spinner is no different from stable, same amount of spins, whatever. To earn a spinner's maximum bonus points though, you don't need to spin 477 rotations per minute anymore. Instead, spinner bonuses are based on a map's overall difficulty setting. So like on a map with OD10, you need to spin 430 RPM to achieve maximum bonus points. Even if you spin faster, you won't earn anything else.
Smoogie did some research on how fast people spin and came up with some numbers. If you're actually trying, you should be able to clear a spinner with full bonus. It shouldn't be something that you have to pause the game, reposition your hand on the mouse, and then vibrate your arm till you get RSI. There's one video in there which is like some spinner cup where there's 8 players all trying to spin. One of the guys in that, the whole path they're moving their mouse is just spinning.
What about leaderboard farmers who outspin everyone on like low diffs?
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Did you consider them complaining?
Nope, I just did though. Sounds interesting.
Lazer's Argon skin was first implemented about a year ago, but it was never fully finished. These skin elements at the top are from, you should close your eyes for this part, Triangles, the previous default skin. Okay, open your eyes now. This update is slowly moving towards Argon's completion in 2 ways. First, the HP bar redesign is in. This little dip at the end doesn't really make sense unless the other elements are included, so Peppy also implemented a straight line version.
In theory, there will be a setting which is called verticality. I should finish it before I go to sleep.
And second, an outline was added to reverse arrows. This makes stacks on top of tiny reverse sliders more readable, and it also just has a cool bounce to it.
It's adding motion design to gameplay objects which hasn't been able to exist until now. So yeah, it's interesting to experiment and see what we can come up with to potentially make the game read better.
While skinning in Lazer is extremely flexible, flexibility doesn't always mesh with a balanced game. This change limits the maximum size of certain skin elements that basically allowed cheating through visual exploits. For example, you could have huge hit circle elements to make Flashlight more readable, and similar things in Taiko and Catch. These are no longer permitted.
This one has the potential to break skins, because until now, obviously skins have been able to make things as large as possible, but we're working with Rockroller, so we've gone through and we've decided on limits that are larger than the default skin, so you can actually make things slightly big, but not too much bigger.
It's also worth noting that this size limit doesn't affect Mania skins, probably because some pretty insane skin designs have been normalized already, but Mania did receive a separate skinning fix. People said this bar line indicator was too distracting, so it's more subtle now. Song select has been one of the worst performing areas of Lazer until recently, and this update shows just how much that's improved.
We originally had a delay that was like forced because without it things would just perform really badly. It would be doing difficulty calculation, it would be loading textures and doing things inefficiently. All that's been pretty much fixed, so I removed this delay completely. Well, not completely, but brought it down as low as we can.
Good luck.
This bug is so bad, I'm dropping all tasks I have to fix clocks next week, so that's my next focus.
This update is just the beginning of the clock's rework, which aims to fix a lot of the timing inconsistencies within Lazer. Does this actually impact anything yet?
The main one, when you start a beat map that has lead-in time, there's a very short pause when the actual audio track starts. This change doesn't actually remove it completely, but it makes it slightly better, going in the right direction, I guess.
Lazer's max score on every map is about 1 million, but you can swap to this classic setting for exponentially growing score like stable. Thanks to overcomplicated math, this specific change makes Lazer's classic scoring as close as it's going to get to stable scoring. What's the point of this even? Like, I thought classic scoring wasn't even used anymore.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting one because I've been playing Laser on and off in multiplayer rooms, and the new standardized scoring doesn't always feel how I expect scoring to feel. And I was discussing with Smoogie and saying that maybe we should make classic scoring the default, or at least in the startup wizard, when you first run the game, give people like the choice of whether they want classic or standardized as like one of the main options. But also classic scoring is still going to be used for total score and ranked score, I believe, because they have a lot of history behind them and people are not going to be happy if we change them.
And there's one more change left, an essential part of game balance, which, I guess we'll talk about next time. See you then.